There were 3 times when you had 20 or more tackles in a game. That's really something. It's only happened 18 times in NFL history. Do you feel it when you're having a game like that?
I just always wanted to be around the football. I didn't care where the ball was, where the ball carrier was. I felt like I could make every tackle.
London Fletcher is a stalwart in the middle of this Buffalo Bills defense.
I felt like I embodied what Buffalonians are like in terms of just that type of grit, tenacity, hard work.
Let's go! Let's go!
And I left it all on the field. There wasn't a game I honestly could say when I played those 5 seasons in Buffalo that I didn't give them and those fans everything I had.
We are reliving the greatest moments in Bills history through the eyes of the legends who created them. This is Bills Legends Breakdown presented by Windows 11. I'm Steve Tasker, and I'm pleased to be joined by Bills legend London Fletcher. London, thanks for being here with us and taking some time.
Thanks for having me. Anytime for you, man.
Listen, you grew up in Ohio. You played football, college football at John Carroll University. You were named Division III National Linebacker of the Year, and despite all that success, you went undrafted, and then you signed with the Rams. But you fooled everybody because you went on to play 16 years. You never missed a game. Did you have some kind of chip on your shoulder that you played with?
Oh, I definitely had a chip on my shoulder, especially when I came into the NFL. I was looking at myself and what I was able to accomplish at John Carroll. And I can remember watching the draft for 2 days and seeing all those linebackers drafted ahead of me. And I'm sitting there waiting for my name to be drafted, and it never happened. So I immediately went into attack mode and saying I'm going to prove everybody wrong, that they missed out on me, missed out on a great player. I just need an opportunity. The Rams gave me that opportunity as an undrafted free agent, and literally, you know, I ran with that opportunity. And here it was 16 years later, never missing a game. It just a kind of a storybook career, if I would say so myself.
Yeah, I'd agree. 2002, you finally got here to Buffalo and you burst onto the scene. You set a career high and a franchise record for tackles in the season. You went on to lead the team in tackles every year for your 5 seasons here in Buffalo. What do you remember, and how would you describe your years here in Buffalo?
Steve, I love my years in Buffalo. And we didn't win as many games as I would have liked to have won, but I love playing in Orchard Park, playing in front of the Bills fans, the Bills Mafia. I loved my teammates while I was there in Buffalo. Just being from Cleveland, only 2.5 hours away from my hometown. My family they were at every home game. I'd have anywhere from 20 to 40 people at every game. And just the way the city embraced me, the way the fans embraced me, I thoroughly enjoyed my time in Buffalo. And some great teammates. We had some great defenses. Only thing I wish we'd done was been able to make the playoffs and win a few more games.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, you lead the team in tackles every year. It's even more impressive considering you shared the field with Takeo for 4 of those seasons. What was your relationship with Takeo Spikes like, and why were you the guy between the two of you? Why was it you that was getting all the tackles?
Takeo, he's one of my great friends, even to this day. You know, we still talk several times a month. You know, we both are alpha males, extremely competitive. And so if he was out there making plays, I wanted to go out and make plays. So there was a competitive spirit between us. And I think it helped us play at an extremely high level. He knew I was going to hold him accountable. He was going to hold me accountable. If I wasn't doing something correctly, hey, he didn't have a problem saying, hey, Fletch, man, you got to get it done, and vice versa. And that's what I think helped make Takeo and I a great tandem while we were playing together in Buffalo.
There were 3 times when you had 20 or more tackles in the game. That's really something. It's only happened 18 times in NFL history. And 2 of those games for you came when you were here in Buffalo. And the first was against the Jets in 2004. The second was against the Chiefs in 2005, where you had 20 tackles and a sack fumble and held the Chiefs to just 3 points. Do you feel it when you're having a game like that?
You know, it's one of those things. I kind of think back to in college. I had several 20 tackle games in college, and I just always wanted to be around the football. I didn't care where the ball was, where the ball carrier was. I felt like I could make every tackle on the field. I know that's not realistic, but that was just my mentality. And there were, of course, games or game plans where you know, hey, you're going to be featured. There's going to be an opportunity to make a lot of plays, and then you get into the game and things are kind of going the way you thought they would go. It takes also an effort and commitment from my teammates, my defensive line, sacrificed on those guys' parts, whether it was Takeo, Jeff Posey. I see Posey in a lot of these highlights, and Pat Williams, Aaron Schobel. I mean, all those guys, Sam Adams. So anytime you're making a lot of plays, you have to rely on your teammates as well. And there was just a few times where I just had it going in a couple of those games.
Well, you weren't just a tackling machine during your career. You also had some huge interceptions. In 05, you picked off Tom Brady at home in a snowstorm. And then in 06, you had a pick six on Brett Favre. Picking off those two quarterbacks in particular, is that something you're going to tell your grandkids?
Oh, absolutely. You're talking about Brett Favre, who's already a Hall of Famer, and then Tom Brady, who most considered the greatest of all time, me included. That was actually my second time intercepting Brady. I got it when I was with the Rams, but this one, to get him in Buffalo in the snow, the hated Patriots, we didn't have a lot of success for them, but the pick six against Brett Favre is a memory I'll never forget.
London, you embodied everything Buffalo stands for with the style of play you had for the Buffalo Bills. You went from being an undrafted underdog to a guy that never missed a game in a 16-year career. How do you want to be remembered by Bills Mafia for your time here with the Buffalo Bills?
I want to be remembered as a guy who really, when you think about Buffalo, blue collar, down to earth, just bring your hard hat every single game, every single day. Think about it. I felt like I embodied what Buffalonians are like in terms of just that type of grit, tenacity, hard work, lunch pail mentality. And I left it all on the field. There wasn't a game I honestly could say when I played those 5 seasons in Buffalo that I didn't give you and give them and those fans everything I had on that game day. I gave them everything I had.
Well, you're certainly one of the greatest linebackers of all time here in Buffalo. And you also, in my opinion, deserve a spot in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Thanks so much for doing this, London. We appreciate you, and I hope we all get to cross paths with you some point in Buffalo this season.
Man, thanks a lot.